Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys too. Hey, congratulations on This Is the Year.
Thank you, man. Where are you calling from?
I'm actually here in California, but I'm in the Fresno area, so.
Nice. Fresno's beautiful. Right on.
That is terrific. Hey, I've seen the film. This film is a lot of fun. Was that a lot of fun for you guys, on the
So
production?
much fun. Man, it was a dream come true getting to shoot a movie with my brother and knowing that the message of the movie was intended to be positive and unifying in these divisive times that we live in. I think we could all use a feel-good movie. So to get to do that with my family and get it out there means the world. So hopefully people will enjoy this feel-good movie in these crazy times we're in.
I think they will certainly will. So David, where did the original idea actually came from for This Is the Year?
I grew up a huge fan of 80s movies and just a fan of more classical filmmaking in general. They always gave a warm feeling. They always gave a timeless feeling. And it was a way to escape from reality, whatever was going on in the world. So seeing how divisive the times were, I really wanted to create a film that felt kind of nostalgic, that felt unifying and feel good and throw back to a lot of the movies you grew up watching. So hopefully we recreated that feel good, warm feeling in this film. And it's something that anyone can sit down and watch. I really hope a 12, 13, 14-year-old who is the core demo brings their uncle in or their father or their mother or their aunt or sister, brother, older, anyone to the table, and everyone can get something from this film and enjoy it.
That is great. Lorenzo, how did your brother manage to convince you to be in this movie? Bribery?
Yeah, he grabbed my neck and put me up to the wall and said, "You better be in this." No, we started our development company together about 6 years ago. So this was one of our fruits of our labor that we've been working really hard on developing, getting to production as well. So we kind of knew, especially as a partner in my company, we knew that, okay, we need the best. I will do anything for this project to service it in the best way. So I think David asking me to be the lead was something that he knew we can get done on time and efficiently because, time is the enemy of independent film. So being in this film was a no-brainer. It was so much fun being able to produce it. And, this is our family company doing it. So this was, I can't wait for the next one that we do together.
Now, I guess in a film like this, which is a road trip film, was it difficult to pick out the locations because this is being an independent production?
Absolutely, yes. We had to be very selective with the locations. Because we didn't have a huge budget, we knew that the value would come in selecting great locations. And in fact, the end scene, which takes place next to a $200 million battleship.
USS Alabama.
And all the countless tanks and all this great scenery, we knew that that was so valuable in itself that if we just dress it in the right way, that it'll look really impressive on screen. So we knew the value was there. So we rewrote the ending for that specific location because we knew that it would look very impressive on camera. And hopefully it did. Hopefully that battleship looks big.
We actually our one of our finance and business partners, he was in Afghanistan as a Marine. He's a veteran. He's the one who sat in front of the board of the USS Alabama and said why we need to shoot here. And it was really awesome that a veteran was able to be in front of the board of the USS Alabama to grant us permission to shoot there, because they don't grant permission to everyone to shoot there.
So that's where we set the music festival, was in front of those battlegrounds in Alabama. And we dressed them up. We added all these cool lights to everything. So it gives a real, I think, impressive production value feel to it. But we saw the location. We were like, this is it. We have to do it here. This is going to look really valuable on screen. And hopefully it did.
Let me backtrack back to the battleship location. But was this just something just landed on your lap? Because it doesn't sound like you guys intend this in the first place.
No, it was originally written as just a music festival. So we were going to recreate a Coachella look and feel. And when we got there to location scout, some of the locations looked kind of dull. It was just like a big empty field. And we said, man, we don't have the budget to put 10,000 people here. We don't have the budget to bring in all these huge art installations that music festivals have. So we said, we need to find a location that already has some inherent value to it from a production standpoint. And we got to the battleship and we went, this is it. This looks huge. We can put like flowers everywhere and create like a kind of flowers meets, you know, military harmony to where it feels kind of juxtaposed and it feels like where you would put a music festival. So we just saw that location and said, I'm rewriting the ending to this location because it looks so big and epic and beautiful.
Wow, you guys got very lucky on something like that, which is terrific.
Yeah, it looked big, right, in the end.
It did. At first, I thought that battleship had to be CGI, but then I was like, why would someone CGI a battleship in the background?
No, that was there.
Hey, tell us about the music band at your festival towards the end of the movie.
Yeah, lovely, the band. They're a multi-platinum artist. I'd been a fan of them for a long time. And as I was writing the end, one of their songs, Maybe I'm Afraid, was on repeat because it just so embodied the themes of the film and dealing with fear and courage and expectation versus reality, which is a big theme in the film. And it had the right emotion to it, the right rhythm. And so I was writing the ending thinking of this song, and my music supervisor, James Burnett, happened to have a great relationship with some of the folks in the band. And so we connected all the dots and we were able to afford one song, which is that song in the end. Two of their songs, Maybe I'm Afraid and You're Whatever. So they just work perfectly, and they're the ending of our film.
Now, the hotel party itself, that's another festivity that you guys had to create. Did you guys find like an abandoned hotel to do that at?
It was literally abandoned. It was literally abandoned. Like, they had like 2 or 3 guests that might have been homeless. I don't know if they were actually renting or just crashing, but
it was little.
Yeah, it was very sketchy. But we found an abandoned hotel that had a perfect little pool thing in the middle, and we just dressed the living daylights out of it. Like, you know, we said this is going to be a big scene, and we need to spend all our budget on this scene. So we went and bought a bunch of lights and strung them up and made it look real pretty.
You guys did a terrific job. Must have been a lot of fun trying to organize parties for a film.
It was organized chaos. It was constantly corralling in chaos. That's what it was.
That was a fun scene because I was DJing in the movie, but I also had the iPhone playing music for the extras in the cast. So we got the vibe going. Everyone was having fun, and it was I played Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, and everyone just started freaking out.
How can you not go nuts to that song?
I was gonna say, Lorenzo, what do you know about DJing yourself?
I know as much as the scenes tell me to know in DJing. No, it's a great character arc for Josh, you know, aspiring for music. But I had a lot of fun during the Mermaid Inn, that's for sure.
That is great. Of course, this is a road trip film, and you have a food truck that everyone had to go through. Where did you find the food truck? Was that an old food truck, or you had to get a new one and dress it up as a?
No, we ended up getting. Yeah, we got an old truck. It was actually well maintained, and so we just bought an old truck, and then we had to beat it up. So we painted it, and when we painted it, it looked really nice. And we were like, oh, this is supposed to be like dilapidated. So me and some of the producers all went and grabbed crowbars and just started beating the living daylights out of it and like sandpaper and things. And it was actually a lot of fun. So we beat the tar out of it, and it ended up looking really good.
And you guys called it the Millennium Falcon. Is that because you guys are Star Wars fans?
Oh, we're big Star Wars fans. But to avoid copyright issues, it's Millennium, YUM. Falcon, because it's a grilled cheese. It's a grilled cheese truck. But yeah, huge Star Wars fans. Are you kidding me? George Lucas is like, you know, love him.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's a great dedication to you know, Star Wars fanatics and so on. Let's talk about the cast. Let's talk about the 2 women first. The Vanessa and Alyssa. Why were they perfect for their roles?
You know, they were. With both of those characters, myself and the female writer, Sienna Aquilini, wanted to really kind of flip them on its head. I feel like the quote unquote pretty girl that Alyssa Jarrell's played, Zoe is the name of her character. That character in a lot of 80s and 90s films wasn't really given an arc. It was stereotypical, one note, and was kind of used and abused. And we wanted to show that that character has a lot more going on under the surface, and give her a massive arc that deals with trying to discover her identity and her agency as a young woman. And likewise, Molly goes through a similar arc, but from the opposite perspective. And their friendship is really what helps each other along the way. I think in a lot of, again, 80s and 90s movies, girls were catty or competitive. And these two girls actually really empower and help one another, and actually help give each other the medicine that they need to be better people. So myself and the female writer, Sienna Aquilini, had that goal in mind from day one, showing authentic female friendship, flipping the tropes on its head. And we were very lucky to meet Alyssa and Vanessa, who really brought those characters to life in a big way. Vanessa, I grew up, in the business with. She's been a child actor since she was very young. I've been a child actor since I was very young. We both started on Without a Trace. So the fact that she brought all that experience to the table, I knew was a huge asset, because it saved us time. And when you save time, that means you can do other things that you really want, which makes a huge improvement to the end product. So very blessed to get to work with both of those girls, and they both did a phenomenal job.
Well, Lorenzo, you're the one who had to develop a chemistry with both girls. How did you pull that off?
I mean, they're such good actors. When you're working with just amazing actors, it sort of makes your life a lot easier. Just like when I played basketball with amazing teammates, it's like, all right, I just got to pass you the ball, right? So I think with Vanessa, there was the automatic chemistry coming from, her sister is an actress as well. Our family backgrounds are very similar. So I think with Vanessa, it was really easy for me to click with her. And Alyssa, she was amazing. And she again, it's like, how do you not connect with these two girls? So I think it just made my life a lot easier. Playing Josh, it's just I just have to play pretend, and David captures it.
If Vanessa was here, I would have loved her to ask the question, how was to act with two brothers who are supposed to play different guys. Maybe you guys could answer that. I mean, how was she supposed to pull that off? Because in her head, she knows you guys are brothers, but in the movie, it's two different guys.
We were very lucky pretty much since we were both born, no one thought we were brothers, because I got my dad's more Irish kind of looks, and Lorenzo got my mom's more Italian looks. So no one's ever thought we were brothers. So that kind of worked to our favor in the film. But she's a great actress, so she's able to, suspend belief at a moment's notice. So she did a great job with that.
A lot of teasing was involved. A lot of teasing. She teased us a lot. I think she understood. So Vanessa just got done shooting a movie a couple of years prior with her and her sister that they produced and they act in as well. So she was eating popcorn, watching us produce it, and seeing gray hairs grow on David's head.
Yeah.
that is great. Now, David, this is your directorial debut. How was that overall experience, and how did you come to that decision to direct this movie yourself?
I had directed some short films before, and I really wanted to direct a full-length feature, because what kind of got me in the business in the first place was making home movies for my family. I didn't even know what to call them at the time when I was 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, but I would make little sketches and little skits, and I would parody my family, and I would film them and edit them and put them together, and I would show it to them, and it would make them smile. And that feeling is what got me in the business in the first place. So I've always had this desire to create images and to make an impression, a meaningful impression on an audience. So this film was really a dream come true for me, because I'd wanted to do that in a full-length feature capacity for, I guess, my whole life. So getting to do it was just such a wonderful experience. I took the responsibility seriously. I did, I think, a lot of unorthodox things a lot of first-time directors don't do. I relied heavily on storyboarding, storyboard the living daylights out of it. And I was able to pull on my acting background to be comfortable on set, to know how to work with actors, and to also hire people who I knew could fill my weaknesses, like certain technical knowledges involved in directing, hiring a great DP, a great costume designer, a great production designer. So it was a lot of harmony and balance on set. And it was because we put a lot of time and effort in ahead of time to be prepared to achieve success.
Wow. Lorenzo, let's pretend that David's not here. How was he as a director? How did he do?
5 out of 10. No, David was 10 out of 10. I was just telling him, or on the previous chat, James Gunn posted the importance of storyboarding, and he posted like a big stack of 12 pages of storyboarding, like 12 pages of Guardians 3. And he stressed how this is my Bible. I am not leaving any of these beats or these storyboarding notes. And David was the exact same way. So that just shows you, okay, James Gunn's amazing director. I think David has that trajectory of being a James Gunn style of director. I'm serious. I really believe in his future as a director, and I know he's going to crush it.
This is good stuff, guys. I'm really proud of you guys. But David, one of the things, directing is hard by itself. Did you decide to play Sebastian more like because it's an independent project and you just need to fill in somebody, or just basically you wanted to be in the movie yourself?
It was a role that, when you are making an independent film, there's always a budget, time constraints and issues. And it was a role that I always knew I could play. It wasn't the plan for me to play him at first, but it was a role that I always knew that, I'm very qualified to play. If this was someone else's movie, they would probably cast me in the role anyway. And it was a role I knew I could pull off. So, it was a bit of both. It was definitely out of necessity because I knew I could do it, but it was a role that I wanted to play because it was a fun character, and I knew I could be free to play with it.
And we got him really cheap.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, before I forget, I do have to mention your other two cast members, Bug and Jake. Tell us why they are perfect to play brothers in a film like this.
They had a chemistry together during their auditions. They had a chemistry together that was just palpable. Like you could just see it. They
blew us away.
Yeah, Jake looked up to him like an older brother. Bug took care of him like a younger brother, and they really had a just great chemistry that was infectious. And so that really sold everyone. It just clicked. It's one of those things that right when you see it, you're like, oh yeah, that's it. That's it's not even like you get too excited. You're just like, wow, that's perfect.
Yeah, they were
that makes sense.
On and off screen, they were just such they were like brothers. So I think and especially, they both have been in the industry their whole lives pretty much as child actors. So it was just a thing that clicked. And Jake is so infectious when he walks in the room. He loves improv. So Jake was just making us laugh. We're like, hey, just do whatever you want when he was auditioning, and he was just cracking us up.
Boy, there's a lot of child actors in this film.
Yeah, I think everyone is child actor.
Yeah, I mean, when you hire child actors that aren't crazy, they come with so much experience, and they have a maturity that a lot of newer actors don't have. And with an independent film, you need that. You got to get it done on time. You don't have time to explain, like, here's how the camera works, and you need to stay on your mark, stop moving off your mark. And that experience and wisdom really does make a huge difference.
Yeah. Jake was the lead of a big Disney show. Vanessa was Switched at Birth. I mean, everyone was just pros.
Yeah. Such pros.
Excellent. Well, let me wrap it up with one more question. Very important question.
Yes.
Where's that windbreaker now?
We have it.
It's going to be in your house, depending on how much you want to buy it for.
I think we have it in one of our closets. We definitely have. We had a few of them.
I think it's in storage.
We had some doubles. Yeah, it's in storage, but we have it for sure.
That is terrific. Gentlemen, hey, congratulations for This Is the Year. Thanks for carrying out this conversation. This was a whole lot of fun, just like your film, and everyone should check it out.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Hopefully everyone enjoys a nice feel-good movie here. I'm excited for their thoughts.
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Next time.
Hey, brother. Thank you, man.